Hey everybody, it's the program. We're on TV. Once again, once a day, every day. Turn on the machines. Begin to live forever. The machines, the phones are crazy. Still, remember yesterday when the phones weren't working? Well, this is day 2 of no phones, and I haven't been doing the phones for a while, but now I'm thinking about it. I'm looking at the phones and trying to get them to work, and they don't work. So, you know, I used to say that it's a call-in television talk show, but maybe we're going to have to go not do that call-in part anymore if the phones don't work. What can we do? Nothing, I guess. Talk and believe and use our wits. It's going to be all wits here. It's just me and tapes in the past and not the phones. Viewers, it's just me and you today. Maybe, well, I don't think that the phones will miraculously heal themselves, but I kind of thought that they might miraculously heal themselves from like yesterday to today. Like I'm like, oh, I'm just going to leave. And when I come back, the phones are going to be healed. But is that how it works? That's not how things work. That's not how life works. Life is like a box of broken dreams, I guess. You know, not chocolates. That's copyrighted. See, I'm trying to get the phones to work even on this thing, because I think if I use the phones here, I'm going to try to fix the phones in the other way, because they're kind of working. They're kind of working here, but it's not working like on that on the actual phones. But this thing, I think it's going to stop working once it starts. Like, it's so weak that the other phone is the one that needs to be working, not the one that's not working. Maybe it's weak. Maybe they turned off the signal. I think they might have turned off the box recently. The building turned off my phone box. Like, not going to be able to call. We're not going to make these calls, and I know it's like a big chunk of the show. So what are we going to do when the phones stop working? It's definitely a problem. Yeah. Now I'm going to just have to say things. So usually I'm at this point usually and just saying things already. Like, I go for a while, but then like maybe in the back of my mind I know that the phones are going to happen. But today I know that the phones aren't going to happen. So it's like just only talking. And that's going to be my hill to climb. You ever tried climbing up a hill? It's not fun. It's like exercise. Sometimes you're going up there. Maybe it's fun for some people if they get into it, but you got to start somewhere, and when you start you're not going to be in shape. But I guess I must be in shape after, well, maybe I'm finally in shape enough to do the whole like hour or so, at least like a lot of it without the phone. So I've been exercising this whole time trying to get into shape so that I could get to the point where we can climb this hill and be okay and not be so winded. Maybe it's still hard, like I'm still walking the hill the whole time, where maybe there's others around. Like maybe exercising is easier when there are others around you to exercise also with. If you don't have that, like, your support, it's harder to exercise. Maybe, is it? I don't know if it's any harder or easier to exercise. I think it's maybe the same. Like amount of exercise to do to be comfortable running up that hill, those hills. But I'm running up this hill right now, and it's a long hill, I guess. It's a steep hill. It's a tall hill. Long, steep, and tall, all three. Like, so it's a really far distance. I don't know if you're moving upwards. You know, when you move up and sideways, you think about the elevation, but maybe you're not just thinking of like that's just the distance that you're making it to, because you're moving in two directions at once. But I guess if you're moving down, it's an easier direction to be moving in. I haven't tried walking up a hill in a while, though maybe I should go try. You know, they have those machines, the exercise machines, and they go at that angle where you can walk, and then you have to start walking like the machine, and the machine tilts. But is that real? It seems like it'd be weird to have like that, you create an incline for yourself, but where you're not going anywhere. Like, can you really even create an incline if you can't walk up? Is that real? I've never tried those machines. Somebody got into the office downstairs. Downstairs there's like this big room here in the building where the studio is, and there's this like metal door. It's like one of those like doors that you can close, like, you know those kind of doors, the doors. That's what I call them. It's the sound effects. You know the kind of doors, the. Can you spell that out? Like SHUMKK KKKKK. KKKK. Maybe I have like 5 or 6 Ks. If you have 3, then you're a racist. Don't do that. Don't have 3 Ks. Don't be a racist. Those KKK, they're scary and they're dressing up like ghosts. Who are you trying to scare? Everybody? Africans. Don't be the KKK though. KKKKK. Shunk. There's like the door though. It's downstairs and somebody was yelling. It was a horror movie, kind of almost. Somebody was freaking out. I think it was a street person. I think it was a street meth person. I think they're on meth. Maybe they can hear me right now and they're gonna start shrieking. But they're banging on that door and yelling, and it's like maybe they needed help. Have you heard that story about that person? I think they were in New York City, and they were trying to get help. They were maybe being attacked, assaulted, whatever, on the streets, and they're like, "Help me! Somebody help me!" And they're on a busy street, a residential neighborhood, and then nobody helped, even though they interviewed them all later on. And the story has it that legend has it that nobody came out, and then they're like, "Why didn't you come out?" And then every person said like, "Oh, I thought somebody else would do it. I didn't think it was my thing to do." And nobody did it. Nobody did a thing, and it everybody fell through. I'm just keep trying to get the phones to work while this is happening. So don't be like that person, but maybe I did do that because I heard them yelling and slamming on that door, but they're being very incoherent. Like, they weren't saying words, they're just like, ah, but it was loud, and they're banging on that door, and the door's made of metal. You know, those doors is like, it's like it's made of metal, but still it's pliable enough to roll. It's on like, maybe it's on hinges or something. I don't really know how it works. How many days are we not going to have the phone though? I don't know if they're going to fix it one of these other days, or we have to tell the building people and say the phones don't work, and I'm using the internet. I guess it's worked every other day, but now it's not working, and it's an issue because I think Dan Dobler is trying to call, and I want to know how he is, but there's no way of knowing because he's out there somewhere. Dan Dobler, are you okay? John Webster, are you okay? I don't know if John Webster, if you're still watching out there. I don't know when we started seeing those things. I think not until June or July is when you're going to start seeing our pleas to find you. And they're going to say, "John, I'm looking for you. Where are you? I'm pleading. This is my plea to you." I think I plead back there. I plead a little bit. in July or so, because now it's like January, but I think last time I talked to you was maybe in like towards the end of July, because I know there was that time in early July when you thought I was a liar because we went to the 4th of July thing. Like, me and you went to the same event. It was that monster truck rally. Remember that? It was pretty crazy, but I don't think anybody got hurt, which I guess is a good thing. Technically, it's a good thing, but I kind of expect to see people get hurt. And I didn't see that, and it's not nice to be like happy to not see. Like, you should be like, oh, nobody got hurt, that's what I want. But why else would you go to the monster truck rally? You're like, I went to this boxing match and nobody got hurt. It's like, that's why. Is that why you're there? Or is it like sports? You're there for the sport of it all. I don't really go to them too much. But I'm definitely not going for the sport of it all. Maybe I'm going for the other thing. The violence. I'm just trying to go watch somebody go to the racetrack to crash a truck, and I don't want to see that. Like, at the same time, it's like, oh, I want to go. Like, why else am I going to the racetrack other than to see violence? But then if I saw violence, I would be disturbed, I think. Like, ooh, there's some violence, and I don't like that blood and stuff. They're gonna hurt. Somebody got hurt, and I'll be sad. But then why else am I even going? So maybe I shouldn't be going at all. But I went there, and then we talked to you on the phone, and you said, well, what did you do for the 4th of July? And then I said, like, I went, and you said that you went to the monster truck rally. Like, I went to the monster truck rally, and I said, I went to the monster truck rally. And then you said, no, you didn't. You thought I was a liar. And then after that, I think that maybe we never really got back on the same page. And then I'm afraid that you're... I hope you're okay, John. Because you also recently got a 24-hour caregiver. And you were not happy about that. You're like, they're making me get 24-hour caregivers, and I don't want the 24-hour caregiver. I want the whatever regular caregiver that you already had. So maybe they made you stop watching the show and stop calling the show because they're around you all the time, and they turned off your phones or something. Because I tried to call your phone and it doesn't work anymore. So maybe they took away your phones. Because I haven't tried to stop by your home like in the person. Still, maybe I should. I still tell myself I'm going to. If I could, I would call Freddie right now and say, Freddie, we should go over to the place. We should go over to John Webster's place and check on him to see, you know, what's his status of life. Like, John, how are you? Can I help you? Live? Are you alive? Are you there? Are you watching the show but you can't call? You say, can I call? And they say, no, you can't call, John. We've taken away your phone time. Like, no more phone privileges for you, John. We're taking it from you. And that's not very nice. Nobody wants to be taken from, but nobody wants to be given to, I guess, either. Oh, like, maybe I wouldn't mind so much to be given to, but taken from, not that. That's not the best thing to have happen to yourself. So maybe that those 24-hour caregivers, they took your phones and stuff. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know, John. Are you out there? Try to call, but we're not going to answer the phones unless they start working again miraculously. Right now, they're not working, and it's, whoa, spider! On the console. Ooh, hey, spider. Is that the same spider from over there? They're coming out of the ceiling. This one's just hanging out. I'm going to flick it with water. I don't know if I got it. I blew on it, now it's moving around. Spiders are just kind of scary inherently, aren't they? They're crawlies. That's what they call them, creepy crawlies. What are you going to do, spider? Try to bite me? Did you shut off the phones? Maybe the spiders are in the cords. Now it's in the shadows, though. I shouldn't have blown out, but I think there's probably spiders in all the shadows. You got any shadows around you? Look around. There's spiders in them. You can't see them, but every time like they follow the shadows. So if you move a little bit, then they go with it. So don't try to walk into the shadows. Maybe there's spiders in there. Remember the dead spider? It's gone. Still not quite over the dead spider being gone. I want it to not be gone. See, now with no phones, I think we just got to keep doing things for another at least 10 minutes before we start looking at the tape stuff. I think that's what I'm going to try to do. So, what are we going to do, viewers? This is what I usually say, like, what are we going to do today? Maybe we're going to make some phone calls and we're going to do some tape stuff. Those are the two things today. So, without that phone call thing, it's like, this is like info time. Or info time is like, hey, you're watching the program. You're watching the program. It's called, you're watching it right now. What is it? Dun, 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 dun. You're watching. I forgot what it was. Maybe we should look for info time on an old episode or something. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. From January of 2017, or no, that's October. We got oh no, that's January. Yeah, let's look for it. Why not? That's something we can do. Putting these tapes in. No, these are newer. This is from November. We gotta look at September. We gotta look at like January or something. I see January right there of 2017. So, well, I didn't do that. I'm still gonna say stuff. I'm not gonna go to the tapes. I'm talking. I'm talking, and I'm just thinking. Viewers, this is what we're doing today. We're thinking and we're moving forward, and we're not using the phones. We're just using our minds and our wits and coming up with things to say instead of looking at the phones like normal. Maybe it's a crutch, or it's a tool. Sometimes I don't know the difference between a crutch and a tool. I know that I've said this before, but these are good things to explore, like more than once. What happened to my tooth? Too. I thought it was right there. It'll show up again eventually somewhere. Where are you, tooth? On the ground. It's like, is it a crutch or a tool? It's like, oh, this was the whole like, gonna hammer a nail in with your hands. So you have like a board and they got all these nails, and it's like, is that a hammer? It's like, why don't you? I nail in nails with my bare hands. You just got a crutch. You're using that. What are you using? That metal, heavy, flat thing? I don't use that metal, heavy, flat thing. I just smack my hand on the thing, and sometimes if I don't hit, the meaty part, like right where your fingers, you got on your hand, like you got the middle of your palm, and that's like the worst spot. It's the soft spot. But if you get, up there, in the right where your kind of fingers meet, and there's kind of some bumps right here. If it's like this way, boom, right here. I don't know what you call that, like the heel. No, the heel of your hand would be down here. It'd be like that's like the top. It's like the other ridge. If your hands were your feet, which they're almost your feet. In animals, they really are your feet. But you got your heel, and then you got your ridge. The bridge of your hand. That's the thing. You're gonna nail a nail. And that's what you want to do. Maybe you can use your knuckles. But I'm thinking you're going to use either like the heel or the bridge of your hand. And I'm going ridge. Boom! I got this nail. I can nail nails with the ridge of my hand. And I don't need some kind of hammer. That hammer is a crutch. They say, no, this hammer is a tool. Like, is it a tool or a crutch? Like the phones. Like, I don't need to use the phones. I'm just going to talk the whole time. Is it good? And am I losing my crutches? Or is it more like using the hammer? Is it like a crutch or is it like a hammer? Is it a crutch or is it a tool? And is a crutch a tool? I think a crutch is a tool though, but that's when you're when you're hurt, and then you never get better because you're using the crutch the whole time. So you gotta use your hands. You can't just use the crutch the whole time. Eventually you gotta heal yourself, and then you get off the crutch, and that's when you're healed. So am I trying to heal though? I don't need to heal anything, but they say it's a crutch. Like, what else is a crutch though? What else do they say is a crutch? Like, I don't know, training wheels or something? Oh, you need to stop using, like, I still use training wheels, and you're supposed to be only using training wheels when you're training, but then you stop training, and then you, what are you doing when you're not training anymore? Then you've learned, you're trained. Once you're trained on the bike, and you're like, well, but the training wheels, they make me feel comfortable, and I like them. And you say, you're a grown person now. You're a grown ass person. That's what they say. Ass person. You're grown ass. And you don't need training wheels anymore. And you're like, well, I like my training wheels, though. What if I slip? And then you hit the training wheels, and it's like, well, they're supposed to be only for training, and I think it's kind of become a crutch that you're on now. Or like, I don't know, coffee. I like coffee. I do drink coffee every day, but sometimes I think maybe I should try to live my life like with my own brain chemistry and not try to get these coffees. Try to wake up. Like, can't just like life be enough to be awake, or do I need coffee? And maybe coffee is a crutch though, or is it a tool? Is coffee a hammer or crutch? Those are the two options. Hammer or crutch? Which one is it? You know, who would have thought that you could really compare crutches and hammers? Maybe you have a giant hammer. I guess you could, depending on what kind of crutch it is, pound a nail with a crutch. If it's made out of metal, I think a lot of crutches are, but they're lightweight. But probably like the entire weight of the crutch is probably similar to the weight of a smaller hammer, but it's spread out. The weight is spread out, so I think it's the weight that's not spread out. That's what makes a hammer more useful. Like if it was just made of like metal and the whole, even the handle, because all the weight is concentrated at the end, and that's what, like, I think it's like, you know, levers. It's like using lever system. What do they call those, like, simple machines? A lever. And your arm is the fulcrum for the thing, and then the weight is at the end. Because if the weight was distributed evenly, then you wouldn't cause that much force at the end of it. You need that weight to be at the end. So I think a crutch would work as a hammer in a pinch. You can use a crutch in a pinch. And if you use a crutch in a pinch, and then it'll probably nail in a nail. But when are you going to pinch to nail things? Like usually I think if you're going to go nail a thing, that's like something that is new. And like when you're like, oh, I need to nail this really fast. Maybe if you're being attacked. If being attacked is really is what a nail's going to do for you. Because they can kick the nails or something if they're a person. That's what I'm thinking of, like Night of the Living Dead, that movie. And all the ghouls are after the people in that house, and then they nail all the boards to the wall, and it works. Can't you just, like, if you're, like, leaning on a nailed board, though, don't the nails just kind of come out because it's the other way? Or do you have to, like, smack it to get it to come out? I don't know how much. I mean, I think eventually anything will come out if you're leaning against it over time. But some things lean against stuff forever, I guess. Like, buildings are leaning against themselves. They don't fall. Maybe they do eventually. Well, some will. I guess the Parthenon mostly fell. Nobody's keeping up the Parthenon, or if there's a time period in history where nobody was keeping up the Parthenon, and the whole like side of it collapsed, and most of it's collapsed now if you think about it. But I think maybe somebody's keeping it at its collapsed state. At some point in its collapse, like the life of a collapsing building, somebody decided that that building was too important to collapse, and they started treating it right. But then, like at that point, the collapsing version of it has become iconic in itself. So now they have to keep it collapsed they can't like redo the whole thing, but they also can't like let it collapse anymore. So now maybe like they're reinforcing all these collapsed structures, because I can definitely picture it if I think about it. I think maybe in that movie Gladiator is where they were supposed to be in that Parthenon or something, but now they got the the spiders in the shadows. They got the Parthenon like broken off, and there's like one wall, but chunks are missing out of it. And those chunks, though, I can kind of envision those chunks in my mind, and I think that they're there, the chunks of the Parthenon, and you can see them, and somebody's trying to save it now. You're like, oh, save the Parthenon. How I remembered it from like the 60s or something, because it was been falling apart. Because when was Greece? In the before BC times, or like maybe like only like way before, or maybe they were around the same time as Jesus. That's what they say about the Bible time, biblical times in Greece. Because was Greece in the Bible, Caesar, or was that before? And how do we know about that stuff? They say it's history, but I guess history is written by the victors. That's what they always say. I don't know what kind of history we're not missing out on, or what kind of history. I know what kind of history we're not missing out on. That's the history that we have. But there's, I see a web, I think. Maybe not. Maybe I was just seeing things. So there's like the history, but the losers' history. Because if history is made by the victors, what about all those losers? And they're somewhere. They're doing stuff too, but they haven't. They haven't gotten the thing. Yeah, the phones are so weak. It's like incredibly weak. I don't think we're going to be able to get any calls going. The history is written by victors. And then there must be like many losers' handbook. Because most people lose. You can't, I think, over 50% lose. Because if there's a game, any kind of game, or, not even a game, I guess a war. Which is kind of a game. War is kind of a game. Like, just trying to win. People want to win things. Some leader somewhere wants to win a thing and puts his men out there to die for their game. They were like, I can't lose this game. I'm a winner. I'm no loser. I don't lose at games. I win at them. So whoever it is, playing their war games and putting everybody else as pawns. They call them pawns, like the game of chess. That's a game. So if you want to play chess, it's a game, but the war is kind of a game. So don't play that war game. Yeah. I guess let's take a look at the phones now. We made it. I did this thing. This is fun. Not the phones, the tapes. There are no phones anymore. Now, if you want to call the show, I guess you just can't. Maybe it's no longer a call-in television talk show. It's just a television talk show. This is how it's going to be now, viewer for the future. I hope not. Really, actually, I hope I do get to the phones, because then other people can come in here. Maybe I have to get them to show up in person, but Mr. Gintz is not going to do that. If I get the phone just for Mr. Gintzu, I'm going to have to get the internet going. Let's take a look at this tape, though. It's from 2017, what we were doing last year. Getting on the phones. Oh, there's a tape that's already in there, actually. What is that? Oh, this is... I'm going to take a look at this one. This is the Messages to the Future. Bye! Bye. Well, I want to look at 2017 first, though. Mr. Gintzu is on the phone.
I think I might have stolen.
25th. That's the right day, right? That's today. It's a month after Christmas.
Because most of it will dissipate by the time any of the people get to breathe it.
There's no hazard.
Leave a message, get on TV.
Don't worry about it.
Have you heard from Dan lately?
I see him outside the program sometimes. It's the program commercial.
Hi,
2018. Hi.
Hi.
Mr. was on the phone.
I think I might have stolen milk.
Yeah, Carl drank milk. He found
You stole milk,
the
Carl?
road and took it home and drank it.
But it was sealed.
I still think it's
well, as long as it's cold, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
I also
As long
have
as
a
it wasn't open.
well, I also have a dispute with James.
It was games and his game group.
Disputes.
You can watch the show every night 11:30 to a.m. TV Channel 20.
Forgot about Carl's
Here we
groups.
go.
That's amazing. I got my phone on speakerphone and I got it crammed in my ear.
Uh-huh.
It's a freaking swabby.
Show's over. Bye, Mr.
Bye.
Gibson.
Crammed in your ear, huh? All right. I want to record a message to the future now. Turn off the replay, move it up. Rewind this one. Record. Oh no, this is 2017, not that. This one. I think it's queued, right? Hey, future, it's us, the past. It's Thursday. Oh, the 25th. And the phones are not working for the second day in a row, so it's no longer a call-in show. Maybe, is it working yet? You get the phones to work in the future, viewer? Future? I didn't. Maybe we're just gonna have to talk. Bye! The place, we should go over to John Webster's place and check on him to see, you know, what's his status of life. Yeah, John, what's your status of life? Where are you? Like, John, how are you? Can I help you? I hope you're okay. Are you alive? Are you there? Are you watching the show but you can't call? You say, can I call? And they say, no, you can't call, John. You taken away your phone time. Like, no more phone privileges for you, John. We're taking it from you. Oh no, that's John. Not very nice. Nobody wants to be taken from. Yeah, well, not given to. Given to, I guess either. I want to be given to. I'm so much to be given to, but taken from. Not that. That's a taken not the from? Best thing to have or given to yourself. So maybe that those 24-hour caregivers, they took your phones and stuff. But maybe did they take your phone, John? Here's these messages to the future. Let's hear them. Taken from or given to?
Hey, future.
Communication with
It's us.
animals.
The past. Look, remember, this is the old tape.
Communication with
And this
Whoa. Oh, there, can you see me? Viewers, hello. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, there I am. Whoa. That was pretty crazy. Okay. I'm still here. I'm still alive.
Because they're not capable. It's not like they have thought.
Oh yeah, that's part of that's like it's part of the tape.
Future. Hey, future, it's us. The past.
Hey, past.
It's the second day of this tape, and we're talking about the 60-year plan and how we're going to maybe do the stuff from 5 years ago. We talked to Freddie for a while. Mr. Ginsu didn't answer the phone and tell us about camping and stuff. How's this new tape going for you? Is it good? I think hopefully it is. What's it like in the future? How many fingers do you have? Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you. Goodbye.
The past.
Hey,
Past.
That's the past. We're on Thursday. Here's the replay thing, but here, oh yeah, I got the. That was the replay. You could watch this. Bye. Bye. future, it's us, the past. Mr. Ginsu is on the phone being quiet.
Why do you
Mr.
say
Ginsu.
something, Mr. Ginsu?
Mr. Ginsu is smoking marijuana.
What are you
My
smoking?
future, it's it's Friday. No, Saturday. It's Saturday. Hey, future.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
It's the last day of the past. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ow, my back. Oh, I'm old now.
All right, yeah.
Are you sure?
It's going to be another good year. You can make this what you want of it.
Oh. Wait, I know that's. I was messing with it. Yeah.
Thanks, future.
Spin the wheel.
Hey,
at the
2018. It's us,
We're at
2017.
the crossroads. Happy New Year, 2019. No, 18.
18 going to 19.
Yeah.
Say something to the future, Mr. Ginsu.
What?
Bye.
What?
That's what Dan. This batter is gone. It's kind of tragic, and we're over here,
Where?
and I'm alive, and it's 2018. It's the new year, and it feels good to be back, like in the future.
Where? In the future? What?
What is this? Oh, the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the replay.
It's us, the past.
It's us, the past. Bye.
Bye. I'm trying to get the phones to work while you can't see me. It's not working. The
Oh, I forgot.
phones do not want to work. I want to call Dan Dolbor. Too bad. What are we gonna do?
Hey, future. It's
Try to
us,
find
the
the-
past.
Hey.
What is August?
Try to find
What is
the
August?
box.
The couch is
I
still
don't know
here.
where the
couch
box is.
still
I
there.
just got to discover it.
What else? It's
We got a plant light. It's the second day. It's a real day. Bye.
all my fingers. Got all my fingers.
Oh yeah. Did anybody else blow them off? When
Didn't blow off any fingers. Yeah, I still have them.
Hey, future, just the past. Look, there's a plant, and I'm over here,
Where?
and it's Wednesday,
Wednesday.
and I'm doing pretty well. Look at this. The plant. There's the plant, and this is the replay. The plant's like eating like electricity, basically. Yeah. The replay is grow some plants. I don't think that plant that we're growing is edible. Nope, not edible. Bye,
Not
future.
edible plants. Wednesday the 3rd. We got 20 days of this stuff.
Hey, future. Hey, future. It's us to the past.
Oh, hey, past.
We're over here, and it's Thursday, and we got some food. Mr. Ginsu is saying that things aren't square, and his mother's
How
trailer.
many weeks ago was this now?
Last year,
This is a
on
Thursday. Today's
stick in
Thursday.
2017. It's 2018.
Maybe it's gonna work on Friday now because maybe
2019?
Thursday is like the
Well,
August,
that
like
sounds
August
the
of
future
days.
to me because it's only the beginning. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, future.
Future.
Hi.
If you haven't done that thing that you've been planning on doing, you should do it now.
What did it say? The future bell.
The
first day. Bye.
Bye.
It's us, the past.
Hey, past.
Over here behind the plant, and it's a good day. It's Saturday. Remember about Mervin's?
No.
What's Mervin's now? I don't remember. Sears the 70s, Mervin's the 80s. Target's kind of in the 2000s, I guess. Bye. I don't think he's gonna answer today. Hey, future, it's us the past. Look, that's the replay. Trying to call Yellow Fellow. I'm over here. It's Sunday, the 7th, and it's good to be alive. And if you're
It is good to be alive. I feel good.
teeth and not be a baby and have a tongue. You still have it? Bye.
Oh, my tongue? Yeah, it didn't bite off yet.
Oh, hey, future, it's us.
Future.
It's us of the past.
Oh, I'm seeing two birds on the sidewalk eating a hard-boiled egg sandwich. It's just like a thing there.
They're eating their. It's like they're eating their own babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my message to the future today.
Bye, future.
Bye.
Bye, future.
Hey, future, it's us of the past.
Hey.
It's the past future. It's the past future.
Yellow fellow is walking
You're drunk.
Walking on
Yellow's drunk.
the bad
As hell.
part of town.
I'm a pro.
Too drunk, probably.
All right, bye, future.
Bye.
Bye, future.
Did we record a new one today? I guess we're gonna find out. I hung up on him. Instead, I pressed stop on the. Yeah, he pressed stop on the phone and not on the tape. Here it goes. Hey, future, it's us, the past. Hey, past.
Hey, future. Thanks for being there. Thanks for looking backwards and listening to us.
My pleasure.
You gotta lean into your own wishes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that on Saturday.
Lean into them. Bye.
Water your plant.
On Sundays. Hey, future, it's us.
The past.
Yeah, what do you have to say to the past?
Watch out for that shit you're gonna step on right now.
Whoa! Look out! It's Thursday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday, Mom. Happy birthday, Grandma, yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, future. It's us, the past.
Oh, hey, past.
We're here. Mr. Ginsu's on the phone, not saying anything. Right, Mr. Ginsu?
Fine. That's right.
Yeah.
Not to.
Yeah.
Say a thing.
It's, Friday.
It's Friday. It ain't payday, but it is Friday.
Bye, future.
Bye. When's payday?
Okay. The past. It's Saturday, and we're live here. Saturday the 13th, not Friday the 13th. It's kind of warm today. It's spooky. It's the daytime, afternoon. Ooh, I got on my fingers. It's Saturday.
Spooky fingers.
Bye.
You're looking a little pale there, actually, past. You need some vitamins.
Hey, future, it's us, the past.
Hey, past.
How are you?
Real good.
How many fingers do you have?
All of them.
What's it all about? Remember we're talking about, like, eating things all the way from salt to your own children? Don't eat your own children. Bye, future. It's Sunday.
Bye.
Hey, future. It's us, the past.
Dog butt. Hey.
Yes.
Daisy,
Yes.
Daisy's head's behind me, and
Yeah.
that's the dog's butt.
Does true happiness and prosperity depend on mutual happiness
Yes.
and prosperity for all? That's the question I ask at this time for the future.
It's MLK Day. Bye.
Bye.
Monday, yeah.
Things like that.
No, you're gonna make
Hey, future.
Hey.
It's us, the past.
Oh, hi, past.
Look, there's a
you're gonna make
replay.
cartoon after it?
And it's Tuesday. We were talking to Luca in San Francisco a little bit, eating Chinese food over there. It's a good time. As you can see,
Ooh,
there's
Chinese
some,
food. I want some of that.
regulations, or maybe he does like them. I think he's done the dish shift. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Hey, future, it's us, the past.
Oh, hi, past.
Hi. Hey, what's good, future?
Dana.
Yeah.
Say something to the future.
Yeah. To the future, I would like to tell you, you're beautiful. Don't ever look back and keep it cool.
All right, future, bye.
Bye. Keep it cool.
The show's over.
What?
Say
Who
hi.
started?
Okay.
Oh, Dana. Again, on Yellowfella on the group call this time.
Dana and Yellowfellow.
What is he saying?
Yellowfellow, say hi to the future.
What?
Say hi.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, future.
Okay. Future, it's us. The past.
Oh, hey,
that
past.
spider, it's moving around. You see that? I don't
Live
know how long the
spider.
live spider's
Oh, there it
gonna be
is.
there. It's like, I guess better than the dead spider.
wonder if that's the one
'cause
that's over
it's
here
going
now.
up and stuff. I'm over here, and today is Friday. Oh, well, that didn't show it.
Friday.
Here. Friday.
Look at the spider. Can't see it over there. Bye, future. Bye. Hey, future, it's us, the past. Look at this. Whoa.
Whoa, wow. Can you see that, the future? We're here in the past. Yeah.
Are you dead, Freddy, or an angel? Freddy's an angel today.
I'm a dead angel today. Yeah, no, I got white shoes, so I have a full white outfit now.
Yellow fella ate a breakfast burrito.
When did it
Ooh, I want that.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, we got a new computer today.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it's sitting over there still. Not working. It is. Hey, future.
You're live.
Huh?
Frick off, future.
It's Sunday. Sunday. Bye. All right. Hey, future. Hey. It's us, the past. Oh, hey, past. Over here, and this is the replay over there. It's Monday, and Mr. Ginshaw, I think, is sleeping. Look at that box move a little bit. Mr. Ginshaw's sleeping. Starting to O words. Oars. Forced obsolescence. That stuff like that. Oak. It's on a Monday. Oak. That's another one. Monday, the 22nd of January. Oh. 2018. Bye. Wish it oak. Wish it oak. Wish it oak. My shoes are a little bit wet. There's some water in them. Sometimes when I walk. They squish my shoes. The squishy shoes. The future, it's us of the past. It's dry there. Well, maybe I'm just used to it. Look. Tuesday. Tuesday. Is that yesterday? Oh, we're getting almost in the replay. Almost yesterday. You can be alive. Are you alive? I hope you are. I got 2 days ago, right? It's great. Bye. Bye. And then next is Wednesday. This is yesterday. Pass. Oh, hey, pass. We're here on Wednesday, and life is happening. The phones are being weird. The things I was talking about, pants, like wearing, like Rick can make big pants wearing several pairs of pants at once. Bye. Bye. Hey, big pants, huh? Wearing big pants, and then today, right? Is that today? It's us, the past. It's Thursday. You look washed out. The 25th. And the phones are not working. The second day, so it's no longer a call-in show. Maybe, is it working yet? You get the phones to work? I did not. Future? I didn't. I didn't get to work yet. Maybe we're just going to have to talk. Bye. Bye. Big help. Big help. You were a help, though, actually. Oh, look at this. This is why we're watching. I don't know if we've been quiet, too. We've been quiet this whole time. Now I'm not washed out anymore. Look at, oh, there. That's why I was looking so pale. Look at me now. My hand look really big. Maybe it is, oh, this is regular size, but it's like, whoa! Guess because I'm pretty close to the camera, so getting large hands. But could you just put your hand, yeah, get big hands. How about big hand? See, now this is like the time when I go to the phones or something, but there's no phones. Still? Yes. Nothing's changing. I just expect technology to heal itself. Sometimes it does, though. Sometimes phones just start working, or things, like they don't work for a long time, like your computers and stuff. One day they work. One day they don't work, one day they do work. This is, August?
How are you? When are you?
When? I'm good.
Are you tomorrow?
How?
Are you later? This is the last week of the couch is going away, and I'm okay with that. And you are too, and you're sitting on the new couch now, maybe?
I am.
And how is it? Is it nice? Is it
good?
good?
We're finally switching over to the couch, though. That was something to do yet.
Future, bye.
Bye.
On the message, and it's the daytime. What a day.
What a day.
It's the last few days
What a day.
Celebrating and moving into the future. Dan Dobler got a new cell phone.
What after? Turn off the power to the whole building. I think I know where the surge protector is.
Getting oil changed. I'm alive. Bye.
Bye.
So we're alive, and are you alive? I hope you are, because otherwise this is scary. How can you hear this if you're not alive? Are you past that time you're sitting on a new couch? Did you retire the national anthem for the program? Bring it back every once in a while. I guess anything. But we're going to do that, so now it's happening. I'm alive. Feel pretty good. How do you feel? Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
We're back here in the past. You know what day it is? It is Friday.
Friday.
And I'm comfortable. It's a good temperature. Remember how it's so hot? In the past, it's no longer too hot, but it might go back. I don't know. That's the weather report. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Future. You want to say something to the future?
Well, the couch is still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dan. The future.
We need peace. We need peace.
Yeah, we do, Dan. I believe it.
Okay. Hey, future. It's us, the past.
Hey, past.
What do you have to say to the to the future?
Watch out for that Grim Reaper. He'll get you.
Yeah, look out.
Don't let him get you. Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh. All right. Well, hey, it's about the end of the show. We still have 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left, which is like a chunk of time to say things. Really, I don't know if I want to put the phone number back up there because they're gone. But maybe this is how it is now. It's just me and the tapes and you viewers and maybe guests. Maybe we gotta start scheduling guests more. But how are we gonna schedule a guest without the phones? And how am I gonna even know when things are gonna happen? I think we should probably get the phones back. I think it's probably a better way to do it. Anyway, I've like considered getting an actual like cellular phone for the program for years. It's always on the edge. It's always been an idea, but we never did actually go implement that idea. But maybe it's time for that. Freddie, you watching this? Maybe it's time to do this phone thing. Maybe I'm gonna just pretend like I'm calling somebody, like John Webster. You know, it's just like ring, ring, ring. John Webster's residence, and I say, "Hey, John, how are you?" He's like, "Oh, good." You know, what are you doing? Oh, I'm watching the game. Who's playing the game? Oh, I'm watching the game. I'm watching the game. John, who's winning the game? I ate cereal for breakfast. But what about who's the football, John? Yeah, Catholic Green, the city council, right? The city council, and then that's how I keep going, stuff like that. It's gonna like have imaginary calls to other people. But they would say stuff that you don't think they're going to say. Do you ever think that you're imagining everybody around you? If you were, then maybe you could do this thing better where you talk to or you imagine others. But I don't know if I can imagine what other people are going to say every time. Because what did they see on the streets? Like, what did I see on the streets? Like, hey, you see anything on the streets? Well, use your imagination because that's all that there is now. And the outside world no longer exists because the phones are broken. So once you break your phone, you're local. You're back to being a hyper-local person. You can't make those long-distance phone calls. Remember when you didn't know what anybody was doing unless you talked to them? Like, hey, how have you been? How are your friends? Like, your friends, you don't see your friends, or you don't see, like, social media status updates from your friends, and you just have to say, like, hey, what have you been doing? Like, how are you? You have to tell me about it because I don't know about how you're doing just from life. You just got to tell me about how it is. And I don't know if I remember doing that. I think before you just didn't know. You just say, hey, how are you? Well, you don't know how I am. I guess a lot of people are like that. So, like, People like John Webster, it's like, I think John Webster is living in the time before the phone, so, or before social media, because he's not on there, so I don't know if he's doing how he's doing, because he's not on the thing. Or Dan Dobler, people who are not on the thing. Those are the people I want to try to call, but I can't call them because of the phones. But I think maybe we're going to have to get a cellular phone. That's might be the next step. You know, it's a big step. It's a step, but maybe it's a good step. We're going to pay for the phone. Start paying for it instead of just getting it from the air. Isn't that where do you get their phones? From the air? You got to pay money to the air or something. You got to pay somebody money to get that phone out of the air. It's like, where is that? Where is all this stuff coming from? No, it's just in the air. It's like, I need information. When people look at the phones when they're sick, and they're like, Google MD, what's my symptoms? How sick am I really? It's like, oh well, you're pretty sick. How do you know? It's like, from the air. I'm from the air. I exist in the air. The Google WebMD exists in the air, and you're breathing the air. It's like, well, since I'm made of air, I can really analyze your breath and the diseases that you may have within them, and you're diseased, and I can tell. But I don't know if I am or not, because I have no phones. So, yeah, well, look, we made it through a day. You know, I thought it was going to be, I was going to have a much worser time making it through this day without the phones, but it went pretty well, and I think we might be doing the same thing tomorrow, viewers, so get used to this. I think this is how it is. If the phones don't work, it's just, truly, you know, before the show was called Your Daily Hour with me, but really it was with other people, but maybe now we're going to cross the threshold into actually being just me and you. But I would rather have the phones, because I'm concerned about the world a little bit, and I don't have much connection to it outside of the here. So if it's not here, like, where's Mr. Ginsu? He's on the phones. He's probably worried sick. Mr. Ginsu is having digital glitches, and he's upset about his teacher, and his back hurts, and he's punching things, and he's eating beans and smoking marijuana and having growth problems and stuff. There it is. We made it. I wasn't so sure today. Thanks for watching. It's Thursday. Whoa, it's all crazy though. We're on every night on TCTV channel 22 at 11:30 and 2 a.m. Check that out. YDHWM.com. Yeah. 360-364-384. Call and leave a message. You get on TV. Thank you. 109 State Avenue, number 3. Yeah. Graham, it's a good song. Thank you. TCTV. La Bebe, Jody, Fabulous, Graham, Stuff.com, Drum Love to Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you. And viewers, I see you're watching. Thank you. Hell yeah, dog. Bye.
Hey.